Forget everything you have heard about needing a CS degree. The AI job market in 2026 is about demonstrable skills, not pedigree. I am about to show you the exact, step-by-step path that bypasses traditional education and gets you hired. Forget degrees. The hidden 2026 path to AI jobs is shockingly simple. Right now, there's a seismic shift happening. Companies are staring at real AI problems and they need someone who can just ship a solution. That is you. The demand for builders who can implement and deploy has never been higher, and it is completely outpacing the traditional academic path. Your practical skills are the most valuable currency in the room. What's different today is your runway. A few years ago, these capabilities were locked in expensive corporate labs. Now, the foundational tools, the same ones powering industry, are completely free to use. The barrier to world-class hands-on experience has been demolished. The playing field is finally level, and you can start building at scale immediately. They used to demand a diploma at the door. Not anymore. The market has fundamentally changed. What companies are buying today is proof, not pedigree. They need to see you can ship what you say you can build. That project on your laptop, that's the new currency. Your practical ability to solve problems is now the single most valuable line on your resume. And that's exactly what comes next. Building on that, forget bootcamps. Real AI engineers are self-taught with this 2026 blueprint. Here's the brutal truth about Python. In 2026, mastery isn't memorizing syntax. The real power, and what hiring managers are screening for, is in your fluency with the ecosystem. What this means is, you must internalize key libraries like NumPy for data manipulation and scikit-learn for core models. This fluency separates script kiddies from engineers who can solve problems. Imagine a portfolio that updates itself with every line of code you write. Git becomes your living, breathing proof of work. Every commit, branch, and pull request you master is a concrete, verifiable skill. Hiring managers will not just read your resume, they will audit your GitHub to see how you build and collaborate. This repository is your portfolio. Make it count. Now, the terminal. This is your command center. Forget fancy menus, true power comes from typing. Knowing how to navigate, deploy, and troubleshoot from the command line separates an amateur from an engineer who can handle a real, production server. This fluency is non-negotiable for getting your AI models from your laptop into the world. And that's exactly what comes next. Building on that, the secret hiring pipeline no bootcamp will ever tell you about. That single sentence you just read is the entire difference between endless tutorials and actual job offers. Here's the brutal reality: recruiters do not care about certificates, they need proof you can build. These microcourses force you to solve focused problems, creating the exact portfolio artifacts that get past AI resume screens. You are now building evidence, not just consuming content. Do not just follow a tutorial and call it a project. Recruiters spot that instantly. Your deep project must show obsessive mastery, a novel solution to a real, messy problem. This is your technical depth proof. Without it, you are just another applicant with a Coursera certificate. Your deployment project proves you can handle production, not just a Jupyter notebook. The key insight is that a tiny problem means a genuine inconvenience in your daily world, automating a tedious personal task, not building another chatbot. What this means is you will face unique, unscripted challenges. Solving those is what builds the technical grit and creative problem solving that separates you from thousands of tutorial followers. That's the portfolio proof that gets attention. And that's exactly what comes next. Building on that, most AI roadmaps are wrong. Here is the one that actually works. Let's get brutally honest. Companies do not need a researcher in a basement tweaking hyperparameters. They need someone who can ship a working, reliable product to users. Your true value is in moving models from a Jupyter notebook into a real application. This operational skill separates an academic hobby from a professional asset. Let's go deeper. Basic MLOps isn't just a checklist. It is the entire discipline of delivering a trustworthy AI system. Your experiments are meaningless if no one can trust or use the model. This skill proves you understand the full life cycle, transforming your work from a temporary script into a durable, valuable business solution. Now, the industry's biggest misstep is chasing complex models while missing the real leverage. The key insight is that prompt engineering and API integration are the new core engineering skills. What this means is you are not just a user of AI, you are the architect who connects intelligence to real-world systems, creating immense business value instantly. And that's exactly what comes next. Building on that, your AI roadmap is wrong, and that's why you haven't been hired. Now, here's the brutal truth about your job search. That data scientist title at a major corporation? It is a trap designed for PhDs. In 2026, your real entry point is an AI engineer at a hungry startup. They need builders who can ship products immediately, not researchers who publish papers. This single strategic shift is what unlocks the door. An open-source contribution isn't just code, it is a public, verifiable interview. It answers every hiring manager's unspoken question: can this person actually solve my problems? The patterns in your commit history, your documentation, your collaboration, this is your shipped portfolio. It tells a better story than any degree ever could, proving you are not just learning, but building. Think about your next project not as another line on a resume, but as your primary hiring tool. A polished concept video or a clean repository acts as a direct, irresistible invitation. It's a magnet for opportunity, pulling the right people toward you based on proof of skill, dramatically shifting the entire dynamic of the job search in your favor. Your portfolio of deployed projects is your new degree in 2026. Start with one public project this week. Action beats planning every time. Pick one tool from today's list and build something small with it this weekend.